Okay, our next shape is a bowl. Now I'm going to keep doing centering each time I do a demo of a different shape because it's good for you to see it each time. Locking my wrists so that they don't move. If your wrists are going around and around like this, then you're not centered and you're not locked onto the clay. Okay, if you remember the cylinder, we had a straight wall and a flat top, and it looked like a birthday cake. So with a bowl, we go down lower because a bowl is usually lower and flatter than a cylinder. It doesn't have a tall side. So this would be a good shape to open your bowl from. So I'm going to take my left thumb and put it on the center of the pot, and then I'm going to wrap my fingers around the left side. Now I'm going to take my sponge and I put my thumb on the bottom and my fingers on the top, and I lay my right thumb on top of my left thumb so that I've got a lot of support. My knees are supporting, it's really my legs, they're not my knees, supporting my elbows. So I lay my sponge down on top of the clay, right in the center, and I push down. Again, I go down to about 3/4 of an inch, and then I push away from me. Now my left thumb is holding the clay down. Now, unlike the cylinder where we tried to go all the way down and make it flat, we want a nice curve. After all, this is a bowl, and a bowl is supposed to be curved. So I'm going over it again. And I'm pushing away from me to the left. Okay, so now I have a curve on the inside, a flat top, and a flat side. So I leave all this extra clay so that it supports this curve right here. You don't want to bring your clay out with that curve. The bowl has to have a nice round shape, but it has to have clay underneath it so that it holds up that curve. Otherwise it'll collapse. So now, instead of pushing into the wall like we did on the cylinder, I'm going to let my fingers ride over that curve until I get to the part of the wall that's coming up. And then I push from the inside, and I start to push on the inside, on the outside. So if you notice, this wall is still straight up and down. So this is is getting about as tall as I probably want to go, maybe a little bit taller. But you see that I'm maintaining that curve on the inside. Okay, so now this doesn't really look a whole lot like a bowl. The only difference between it and a cylinder at this point is that the inside is curved and not flat. But now we can start to shape it. So the shaping is going to happen from right here, right at that edge where the bottom turns into the side. So now I can push out from the inside. But the main direction of this pot is still up. It's not horizontal. So I'm not going out like this, I'm going up. Make sure that the inside surface is nice and smooth, that there are no humps and bumps and divots and whatever. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did with the wooden tool on the cylinder. I'm going to lay it up against the side, and I don't think you can see this, but I'm just going to push down and then turn it flat to release that wedge of clay. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut underneath this, but then I'm going to cut through it so you can see how the walls should look. Let's get rid of this one. So if you can see, the walls are round on the inside and the bottom is flat, and there's quite a bit of extra clay down here, so that will be trimmed off the next time when we do trimming.